Welcome back to this video. Welcome back to another video. Rewrite the narrative, like, share and subscribe. The World Relays 2025 China. Jamaica arrived early, highly anticipated. Everybody was looking at Jamaica for something special, especially with the athletes that they brought out there. You know, those athletes that stir your emotion. We had the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the Johan Blake. You know, you have to feel something when you see Johan Blake out there, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Kishane Thompson, Shericka Jackson, along with the youngsters who are known to do well. Now, in the first race, well, you know, Jamaica qualified for the mixed 4x1, but in the 4x1 women, Jamaica had an opportunity to just do well. They qualified, they finished second place behind Spain, and in a time of 37 something. I think it's second best time overall. But I don't believe that Jamaica was at their absolute best, but a lot of people would think that with Jamaica having a lineup with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka, plus the Olympic finalist Tia Clayton, you were expecting a win, right? Twin Turbo was on that track. And from Tina Clayton to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to Tia Clayton to Shericka Jackson, would have expected a win. We didn't win. Spain had just an extremely good race. It was too good not for them to win, and they enjoyed it. They're celebrating like it's the final. It's a good wake-up call for Jamaica. Now, in the men 4x1, highly anticipated race, just as highly anticipated as the women 4x1, because we had Kishane Thompson lined up in that one, and we had Johan Blake lined up in that one, and the handoff from Johan Blake to Kishane Thompson was touted throughout the entire World Athletics warm-up. We saw them in practice, highly anticipated, and guess what? That didn't happen, because while Julian Fort was trying to hand off to Johan Blake, there was some mix-up there, and the rest is history. The Jamaica team did not go through to the finals. However, I can tell you one thing for sure. Jamaica, South Africa have a really good chance of winning in the 4x1. They have a very good chance. Simbini continues to do extremely well. Simbini. Now, we have the US team, and you never know what could happen with the US team. Kenny Benerick looks in form. You have Kyrie King, Brandon Hickle, and Courtney Lindsay. I don't know all these athletes, but I know that Kenny Benerick is in form, and he's out there. He's the anchor man in this one, I think. So it could go anyway. Japan just had a world lead in the 4x1. So these athletes are not necessarily the fastest athletes, but they are putting together some good times. You know, the world lead they had, they beat Canada into second place, and we all know that Canada is no joke. Andre DeGrasse on the final leg, they beat Canada into second place. Some of these smaller teams right now out there at the World Relays, they are making their names, because you know what, they are doing some clean change over. And if we have learned anything from this relay, it's the change over. Getting the baton around and changing over is all that you need, because Jamaica not going through to the finals, or Jamaica did not qualify at all, is due to the fact that they did not bring the baton around. The baton dropped from the second to third changeover. We have to wait a little while longer before we see anything from Kishane Thompson. Kishane Thompson so far at relays, it's been crazy. Remember at the Olympics relays, they also failed because of some mix-up. We didn't get to see Kishane Thompson. Yeah, man, it's like when it comes out to these highly anticipated athletes, something is just off, you know. But nonetheless, the World Relays, it was highly anticipated, well promoted. Jamaica showed up, bring some emotions, and some of the smaller athletes, when they won against Jamaica, they truly appreciate that victory. We haven't seen it's something, you know. It's something for the entire Jamaican Federation, the Athletics Association, and the coaches, everybody to look at. The simple fact that if you cannot get your baton around, you'll be in a big trouble. You'll be up for a world of hurt. And this time around, Jamaica really just did not get their baton around. They didn't get it around. Everybody was looking forward to watch the Jamaica versus the USA versus Canada, something like that, you know. And right now, the way how US is running in the 4x1 out there on the track, right now US got the lead and they are looking extremely good, right? A good time to finish 37.88, still not better than Japan. And the way how Italy is running, the way how Italy and China ran behind the USA, Italy finished with a season best, the US finished with a season best, and this is just the first round, and China finished with a season best. You're talking about these athletes putting up some extremely good work. Brazil finished with a season best, you know what, and Botswana, they didn't make it into the top 3, but they finished with a national record without the likes of Leslie Tobago, you know what I mean, Kenny Benarick out there doing the do. Portugal finished with a season best, and Spain finished with a season best. So they've mixed 4x1. These athletes, they are showing up and they are looking to represent for their country come the World Championship. And the World Championship is just around the corner. You can see why Jamaica decided that they're going to send a team to the World Relays to get qualified now, just so that they can represent at the World Championship. They had to send a team now. Well, our hopes of qualifying had been dampened because of the way how it ended for the men. In the mixed 4x1, there is no qualification for World Championship because there is no mixed 4x1 in the World Championship. But the USA, they failed to qualify. They didn't go through. So there's nothing to lose here. The only thing is like some kind of bragging rights. If the Jamaica team could win with an extremely good time, they would set a world record in the mixed 4x1. You know, just set the world record and let your name sit there as a world record holder in the mixed 4x1. But the way how things are going with the Jamaica team right now, they have to be learned. They must have learned something from this, because when at the Miramar Invitationals, when they went out there and ran alongside only the Dominican Republic, they still lost that race. Even running against one team. So the Jamaica team are struggling with the relays without a question. Jamaica need to shape up with their relays and reshape up now. And yeah, I'm wrapping this up really fast here. The Jamaica women 4x1 team, they went out there with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. We had, this is the lineup, we had Tina Clayton handing off to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who handed off to Tia Clayton, and finally to Shericka Jackson. Spain won that race. It was a good race. The Jamaica still, I think, had overall the second best time. It is the second race, right? It's just the heats before the finals. But in that race, we had three Olympic finalists. We had Shericka Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Tia Clayton, alongside the young Tina Clayton, who is no stranger to competition. They still lost the race to an excellent Spain team. The US, they finished first place in their heat, and I think they had a very good heat. Very good changeover, but their time was still slower than a bad changeover from the Jamaica team. I think on the final leg, the US struggled a little bit with their changeover, but yes, I believe that they had a good time, but they just did not execute a good race, seeing the quality team that they brought. The men 4x1 for Jamaica, they didn't bring the baton around. They dropped out only because they failed to change over, and we didn't get this opportunity to watch Johan Blake and Kishane Thompson. And we saw the little changeover during the practice, and everybody was highly anticipating what's next. You know what I mean? Japan with a excellent run and a season best and a world lead, along with South Africa looking extremely good. Akani Simbini looking like he's going to have the year of his life. So far, he's having the year of his life, winning everything he touched. And if we look at them Jamaica men 4x1, they are losing everything they touch. The last time they ran before this one, there were only two teams in the race, and Jamaica finished second. in some people book that is the last place finish. I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about this first day of the World Relays? It was highly anticipated, highly touted. Lots of people was interested. Drop your comments down below and let me know what you think and where you had your favorite moment and the biggest disappointment, if you had any disappointments.